Wow, apparently my most watched actor of all time on Letterboxd is Ben Affleck.
All time?
He's one more movie over Ryan Gosling.
Oh
And
wow.
Ryan is one more movie over Matt Damon.
Oh wow.
But yeah, Ben Affleck's my most watched actor ever, apparently. Welcome back. Welcome back
Bonjour.
to CINETWINS. Bonjour. Bonsoir. Uh, comment ça va?
What does that mean?
How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Bien.
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
You're practicing for the World Cup final.
Yeah. Go Spain.
Um, yeah,
This will be
no.
posted later.
Oh yeah. I hope Spain won and Argentina got kicked out somehow.
Congratulations, Spain.
Congratulations, Spain. They've got that young kid, the 19-year-old.
Lamine Yamal,
Yes,
the one
I
who
definitely
who
knew
got
that.
the one who got bathed as a toddler by Lionel Messi randomly.
Yeah, I've been seeing that image floating around, and I have not looked into the context at all.
I think Yamal's parents entered him in a raffle and he won.
Yeah,
It was his
to
UNICEF. I don't know.
Messi is so old. Just retire. How have you bathed one of your competitors as a baby and you're still competing? Just give it up. Just go home.
I saw this really funny tweet that was like Spain is depending on a teenager and Argentina is depending on like a retiree.
Yeah, like he's so old. I thought Harry Kane was old. He just looks it. Messi's actually old. I don't know how old he is. But also, like, Loki, it's so lame that he plays for an American team.
Yeah.
That's not real. There's no like US soccer teams, and it is soccer in the US because
Boo.
it well the thing is what I'm about to say, it's soccer because it's not as good. I
Okay,
just
yeah.
don't think men's soccer in the US is very good. I have no
See, you see how
knowledge.
you have to specify men's soccer.
Yeah. Well, because one of the Chicago Cubs players, his wife, actually, in my opinion, the hottest player, Dansby Swanson, his wife is on the US Olympic soccer team.
Whoa,
And they placed silver this year, or whenever the last Olympics was.
24.
So this year. I got that right. I got
Yeah,
that
definitely.
right. So I knew that fun fact
I
about
I
soccer.
I watched the Olympics as it happened, and I was very surprised that they had football.
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 Football. The Olympics is one I don't care for. Maybe I will now. I'm in my sports era.
I
With the
love the
World Cup.
Olympics.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something else. I was preparing. Um, but the Olympics I've like never really cared about. I don't know. I think because most of the sports I just don't care to watch, I guess. I don't
Mm.
know, because I like watching live sports. Like I like going to baseball games. And I used to really like going to basketball games as a kid. And American football is fine growing up, like watching it and stuff. But that's also like soccer was never one that was really present in my life. I think we in Seattle we only have a women's soccer team. We might
Well,
have a men's, or we just got a men's. I don't know.
wait, what?
We just got a hockey team.
Like
So,
the
but
grass one or
hockey's
ice?
ice hockey.
Oh,
But soccer and hockey have never really been present in my life, except for the one year that I played on a soccer team. and hated it and complained every single ride there and back until my mom let me quit.
I have a question. Um,
I have an
lately,
answer.
yeah, I hope you do. Lately I've been seeing like this one discourse on Twitter that said that US Americans aren't into soccer because it's a rich people sport. Is it?
Well, I only played it 1 year and I'm not rich.
So there
So
you go.
maybe.
No,
I
because
don't know.
in the rest of the world, it's a very cheap sport.
Common.
All you
Yeah.
need to do is like you can bunch up a ball of paper and then like you can play outside with your friends. So it's like a common people's game sport.
I wouldn't say that it's a rich person sport. I think lacrosse is a rich person sport.
Yeah, that makes sense. The ones with
Um,
like a lot of equipment, that's like rich people
yeah.
sport. Golf, lacrosse, equestrian.
You know what it is? I think everybody I've ever known who's played soccer or was into it have all been women. I think that's what it comes
Mm,
down to. Is that I don't
sexism.
know a lot of men who are into soccer. Every
Mm,
man that I've ever known or like grown up with, they were into like American football.
that
And
makes
I think
sense.
soccer is not maybe as masculine in the US, I guess. It doesn't feel like this is an American sentence. It doesn't feel like an American sport, I think. And
Mm,
that's where I struggle to like have even supported the US in the World Cup because it just doesn't feel like we should be good at it. I know the women's are like really good, but again, the dichotomy between a lot of women in America caring about soccer versus a lot of men in America caring about soccer, it seems. Um, but like, yeah, no, like, it just doesn't feel American. It feels very like central to the community of like literally every other country.
yeah,
That's like the main sport.
yeah. It's a global sport. That's why we call
It
it the
really
World Cup.
is. Yeah. I think we just have so many sports that are like pressed upon kids growing up before soccer. Like baseball and little league is like the number one thing. And then usually in like high school, like the games are all football, you know?
Yeah,
So I think it just fails to take over the predominant sports that are like so central to like our sport culture.
yeah. I think our sport culture here in Malaysia, what I know, is football and badminton. We're pretty good at badminton.
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 That's my favorite sport to play.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm
threatened me with it once.
yeah, I'm really aggressive when I get on the
Yeah,
badminton court. How do
there
you
you
say
go.
it?
Badminton.
Yeah,
You
I say the
pronounce
same.
the first N as well. Badminton.
Yeah, badminton. Bad. Oh,
And the T.
I say I say badminton.
A bottle of water.
But oh, I got a kitten. I don't really pronounce T's a lot.
And I
That's
don't
something
pronounce
about me.
H's.
Yeah,
I
I just
overpronounce T's.
I just yeah, I don't pronounce like, especially double T's. My mom makes fun of me for it, so I don't know where it comes from. But I say kitten, like I really don't pronounce T's.
How do I
It's
say
like
it?
it's like I learned British pronunciation only for double T words because I'm not saying them.
I do. Yeah, I do overpronounce the T. Kitten.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I need mittens, for the winter. I just like
It's so
it's
cute. A
so
little
existent.
cutesy. Mittens.
Right? I'm just so so cute in my pronunciation. I'm just like the cutest little thing there ever was.
A little cutie in this little
Yeah.
world. Who needs her
My little
mittens?
yeah, I'm taking my kitten to play badminton.
The other day I was thinking my accent is like all over the place. I don't really know what I sound like. Sometimes I sound very pretentious and I put on a strange British accent.
I know what you sound like
Oh
because
yes?
my mom describes it to me. Apparently, I've never heard you speak, but my mom describes it. The two episodes of this that she's listened to. And then she stopped because she said that we were putting
Too
out too
long.
long of episodes.
Yeah.
She says that you have a very sultry and seductive voice. And it's very like sweet and like nice to listen to. But she's like, there's something sultry about how Jas speaks. And this is going on the record. My mom has told me this, and I'm like, I don't know how to respond. Because I'm
It
like,
feels so contradictory, sultry and sweet. Okay.
in my mind, it does make sense though. And I think I was just like, I have always thought you had a pleasant voice. And it is like soft and sweet to listen to. It's very like I think you have a very easy voice to listen to.
Thanks.
I'm coming around on the sultry aspect. That's not something I've ever really thought of for you. It feels like that's not what I need to think of.
I I don't think I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
hear myself every day. It's quite grating to me.
Yeah, I don't often think, gosh, my friends have seductive voices. But maybe my mom, she just operates differently. She's
Hi,
able
Jessie
to just
mom.
look at that. Yeah. If she's listening, maybe she's onto something. I don't know. I mean, I think I know what my voice sounds like. I have multiple voices.
Oh yeah, I've heard
Not
one.
not diagnosed. Not like a diagnosis. I just have different modes of speaking I'm sure everybody does. I have a good customer service voice, because I speak to people all the time for my
Yeah,
job.
I have a great
But
one.
well, we argued about this last night.
Yeah.
I think I'm generally in a day-to-day pretty flat
I don't
and
really
like
hear it.
monotonous.
I don't really hear
It's
it. You're very uh I've told you once, when you speak, you have like a
I have a
rhythm,
certain
a
rhythm.
melody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have like a very specific cadence to my voice. There's like a lot of emphasis on certain things. And then I think what it is like some things are very monotonous in my sentence, and then something will be really stretched out. Um,
Yeah.
so there's that. And then, if when I'm tired, I sound like a smoker. My vocal fry gets so emphasized because it's not super intense. Like I don't have like a California Kardashian vocal fry, but
Mm.
like it is definitely like present like a little bit. But like when I'm tired or like if I was out drinking, the night before, I could rival a Californian for sure.
You're like giving us an example right now.
Yeah. I know how to do it.
I could probably like graph out your voice, I think.
Yeah, probably. There's like I said, there's a certain I think there's a very specific cadence to it. Um, and usually when I am like like in a group, like a professional group, or if I'm aware that like somebody's listening to me with like intent, I can train myself like out of my normal like speaking pattern. So I think I'm very aware of my voice.
Look at you being self-aware. Congrats.
Yeah, but we were arguing about that last night. But otherwise, I
Yeah.
think my mom says I have a sweet voice too, which I
Yeah, you're
think I
quite
do.
sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not bad.
You go into a very sweet tone sometimes. Very cutesy
Yeah.
with your little mittens.
And my mittens. But no, I think like in general, um, West Coasters can, especially around other West Coasters, we can become more
West
like
Coast.
flat. Yeah. What?
I always forget that you're like a West Coaster. I have
I
no
don't know
idea
how.
where you're from.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't have the vibes of a Midwesterner, thank God.
I don't think you're Midwestern.
No, I have like I feel like I am very West Coast and my whole deal. But I guess I don't know, you don't have a frame of reference for what that means, I guess.
No, West Coast to me is just LA. I don't know
Yeah,
what
which
else
is
is
like
there.
I mean LA though, it's Southern California, so even that's like so different than the Pacific Northwest, you know. But like I think I could never live on the East Coast because I'm so West Coast. It's a very like it's casual, it's a little bit more chilled out, which is where we also have the flat kind of stretched out way of
Mm,
speaking.
mm,
And why even in like the P&W, we can have that like kind of
yeah,
California way of speaking that like a lot of like non-Americans they just think that's like what Americans sound like is like California. Um because it
I can
is
vouch
it
for
is a
that.
much yeah, it's a much like calmer, laid back sort of vibe compared to like the East Coast is much more uppity, and fast paced. But like
They've got Ivy Leagues there, so that's why they're very uptight.
and before moving to the Midwest, I never thought about it. I'm so like it's such a coastal elitist thing to say. When you live on the coast, you don't think about the middle of America. It doesn't exist to you. Like they're called we call them flyover states because like it. I don't think if I had moved to Chicago, I probably would have never visited because it would never cross my mind to think it was worth coming out here. And low key, after living in Chicago, the surrounding area, I probably was right.
It's just suburbs, isn't it?
It's
Boring.
not even that all the time. It's just
Shush.
yeah, it's just a lot of flat land.
Ew. I hate
Yeah.
flat land like mountains.
It was weird. No, when I moved here, dude, it was so weird because like the downtown is all flat and like
Ugh.
Seattle is built on hills. So
Mm.
like it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
famously built on seven hills. So it's
Well,
always up and down. When I went back to Seattle for the first time after living here for like a year or so, it was hard walking up hills. I'd gotten so used to the flat like landscape. It was like I felt like a tourist. It's just like I'm not used to this anymore.
I
But
love an elevation.
yeah, I like I like hills. I like changes in landscape.
Yeah, flat is just too flat and it's boring.
Yeah, there's
I
no
want to see mountains
mountains.
outside my window.
Exactly. I haven't the last time I saw a mountain was anytime I go back to Washington.
Oh,
It's sad. I never see mountains. You know where there are mountains though?
where?
In France.
Are they?
See how I segued that?
Are
There
they? Not sure.
there's mountains in Europe, and you know what's in
Europe,
Europe is
yeah.
France.
Okay. You know, no, I'm not gonna say it.
The Swiss Alps.
Okay. Yeah.
There's mountains in
Yeah, yeah,
Germany.
there are mountains and hills and stuff in Europe, but I don't
Yeah.
know much about France.
Well, I've
I
only
know
been to
Paris.
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 I've been to Paris. Lovely, lovely Paris. Loved it.
Maybe.
I went in September. I want to go back. If you're willing to have me, Paris, I would love to come back. There's so many things I didn't get to see still. It was a whirlwind 3 days. Went to
Wow.
Versailles. That was up a hill,
Hmm?
a little bit. Not a huge hill, but it was elevated.
Did you climb
So
it
I
or
can't.
were you like on a train or
You
something?
walk up an
Mhm.
elevated sidewalk.
I thought you were gonna say walk up some stairs. Like, no, no way.
There were stairs. Yeah, because Versailles up, and then to get to like the gardens and to get out to her chateau, you go down. And there
That
are
makes
like
sense.
stairs and like gravel like walkways and stuff.
Mm.
I loved Paris. It was the best. I think about it all the time. I loved it so much I almost missed my flight home. I wanted to stay a little bit longer.
That was
No, Paris.
France's way of keeping you in.
Yeah, wish it had worked a little bit, but we all got to return to real life.
To
Um,
the Real Madrid.
to the Real Madrid. That's where Jude Bellingham plays in it.
Yeah. Shout
Yeah,
out
I
Jude
know
Bellingham.
this because I've been a fan of his for about 2 weeks now. When this
Yeah.
goes out, it will have been
Biggest
three.
fan. Yeah.
But we love the Bellingham.
He
Um,
almost makes me want to get into club football, but I won't. Sorry.
Okay, so I say this with a Guinness Premier League cup. Is there a difference between the Premier League and club? What is Premier League only
I
English?
I believe the Premier League is club football. But there are many types of club football. There's Premier League, Champions League, La Liga, etc.
What was the last one?
La Liga.
Okay. Um, is are we pronouncing his name right? Holland? Like the country?
I didn't look it up.
Holland?
Sorry. Holland.
Holland? I mean, these are my people. I should know this, but
Maybe we should call him
um,
Erling. There's no other way to pronounce it, right?
early. Well, who knows? I mean, no, I'm saying in German. I don't know what Norwegians sound like. My only frame of reference for Norwegian is Scam. Were you a
And
Scam watching back
nope.
in the day? You've never watched Scam?
No, but I had a lot of friends who did. So I was like,
You
like,
gotta watch Scam.
you know me.
But only, yeah. If everybody's watching it, then I can't because
No,
I
because
may
like
later.
at the time, I didn't know how everyone watched it, so I never found
Google
out.
Drive. It was all circulated through Google Drive. Built-in subtitles and everything. It was like a
Beautiful.
network. Oh my gosh, Scam, it was everything. I never watched any of the spin-offs. I
There
only
were a lot
watched
of
the
spin-offs, so
original.
I didn't understand them.
Yeah. I couldn't keep up with the spin-offs. Well, because it was the same stories essentially, just in each new country. But Scam it holds up. I watched it, I think, for the last time. I did a rewatch when I was in London, but that was like 5, 6 years ago. But time flies. But we should watch Scam. I'd like to speak Norwegian one day. That's like a bucket list. I would like to speak it.
I don't know any word in Norwegian, not even hello. I think it's
Yeah,
hallo.
yeah, it is. It's very different than the other like Western European languages that I learned because it's Nordic.
Yeah,
So it's
you know, like
quite different,
Thor,
but yeah.
like Chris
But
Hemsworth.
I'd like to go to Norway.
That'd
It's
be
my
nice.
people.
Your people. So
I'm
like you're
Norwegian.
kind of
Oh my
related
God.
to Early.
Oh my God. In many ways, I am kind of related to Early. He's probably the only other person that I would know outside of my family that has had lefse and huckamuck growing up.
What is that?
Lefse is potato pancakes. It's basically just Norwegian like crepes or like flatbread almost.
Alien pancakes?
Yeah, not yeah, yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, they're like a potato, like thin, you know.
Mhm.
And then I assume it's called huckamuck in Norwegian. That's what my family calls it. That could be made up just for my family. But it's ground beef tongue, and you roll it in the lefse, and we would always have it for Christmas breakfast. And it's like a huge process to make. And then after you are done having the huckamuck, you would put butter and sugar on the lefse and roll it up. And it's just like a little like roll up, and we've always had it every Christmas.
That sounds so cute. Beef tongue, I'm not so sure, but I'm
No, but
open
it's
to it.
ground up. It's
Okay,
ground up
okay.
like beef. It's like it's
Okay.
ground beef, you know, it's just from the
Yeah,
tongue. So if you don't know it's tongue, you can't tell.
that's true. Yeah. Will you
One
make it
time,
for me?
well, I don't know how. I gotta learn. My grandma needs to give me the recipe. Erling will teach me how to make it.
That'd be so cute. In like a little apron.
Whenever he speaks, I always forget he was raised in England. I
Yeah.
expect him to have like a Nordic accent or something. But I saw him today in an advert. When I passed like
Saw him
a
on the street
I saw him walking around Chicago. I said, "What are you doing here?"
with his little raccoon.
Stop. Yeah, Jimothy. Have you seen Jimothy? I sent it to you this
Oh
morning,
yeah.
I think. The
I forgot
raccoon
it
with
had a name.
the raccoon with no neck and spine. Oh, he's so
Little ball.
cute. Little Jimothy. Oh gosh. Send him to the World Cup final. Let him be our mascot.
And we like drove him into the field and then he can like maul Messi or something.
That like if Messi hurts a deformed raccoon, we gotta
We
get
gotta kill him.
well, I was gonna say, but I didn't want, we gotta, we can't let him live
No,
if he
he
hurts
thinks
Timothy.
he thinks he deserves to live.
The audacity of Messi thinking that he deserves to live. No.
Yes.
Should we talk about our movies
I think
and not
so.
the World Cup that's ended by the time this comes out? It's
Listen,
about Spain.
we're in our
If
sports era.
Argentina, yeah, if Argentina wins, it was rigged. If Spain wins, viva
Congrats,
España.
Dave. Fair play.
Yeah.
Um, okay. French New Wave. How much do you know about it?
Um, Not a ton. I have been watching French movies before we decided on Varda, though.
Hmm.
Oh, actually, can I say one more thing? It's not about the World Cup. It is about French New Wave.
Okay.
I admittedly don't know enough, but I saw the invite this
Hmm.
week. I think, from what little I know after this month and a few other French films that I've watched before this month, that the invite is reminiscent of French New Wave films. Like the beats of it are very similar. Especially because I watched the other Varda movie that we didn't cover, Le Bonheur.
Happiness.
And that it was like a marital drama. The husband has the affair, thinks he can balance both, and then at the end, it's kind of like a twist, you know. And the invite felt like that. It was contained to one location, the entire movie. It was just like the apartment, and it was just the four of them kind of talking throughout the entire thing about marital drama and like sex, you know, and it felt very French the way that it like carried itself.
Hmm.
So, for somebody who doesn't know a lot, that's what I thought.
Nice. I can't wait to watch
But
it. I think
it's really
what's her name?
good.
Olivia
Wild.
Olivia Wilde. I think she's a very interesting director. I think we should give her grace for that one flop. That's not
Yeah,
her
see,
fault. Well, maybe.
the script was her fault, I think. I think the directing was good. I think the script was just bad. Um,
Yeah, it had some
which
interesting, like, potential.
yeah, like I think on paper it probably worked. I mean, it's just a Stepford Wives like
Mm,
scenario.
yeah,
But pacing was just really bad. And then I honestly, yeah, I don't think she needed to redeem herself. I think men flop all the time.
yeah.
But I think she's really great at directing comedic films.
Mm,
And maybe that's where the struggle was with Don't Worry, Darling, and it wasn't very funny, on purpose. But the invite was hilarious. The entire theater was laughing, and obviously, like Booksmart is so hilarious too. So I
I
think she's
love
really
Booksmart.
good at like making comedic films, even though like yeah, I mean, I think the invite was like a comedy, but it had such intense drama to it too, where it's like even though you're like laughing and having fun, you're like, oh my God, like I don't want to witness this. Like it felt like you were imposing on the situation and like you
Mm,
shouldn't be hearing like what was being said and stuff. But it
yeah,
was a great study of relationships, which I feel like so many French movies are just studies of relationships.
it's true.
And I feel like she really captured that. So
She, um, she did Booksmart, so she can do whatever she wants.
she literally do whatever she wants. Booksmart is a phenomenal movie.
Yeah,
Like
loved
it's
it.
so good. Oh my gosh.
So the French New Wave, Nouvelle Vague, it was a film movement from the 1950s to 60s. It was like during post-war France where they were like culture starved because um not a lot of uh they had a lot of emphasis on their own films, like own French films, but they were kind of like very polished and mainstream type of film. So like it's to compare it to nowadays, it's like uh these like blockbusters, which are pretty boring to be honest. So this group of film critics, they wrote for a film magazine or a film journal, I'm not quite sure, called Cahiers du Cinéma. They uh um criticized the lack of culture and lack of uh human emotion in films. So
Hmm.
they really wanted to get back to that. And they were also inspired by all these uh, quote unquote new films being imported into France after the war. I put new in quotes because they're actually not new to the world, they're just new to France. But it was like Italian neorealism and American noir, like Hitchcock and everything. Yeah.
Yes. I remember learning about this a little bit in a film noir class that I took.
Mm. So they did take a lot of inspiration from Hitchcock and the way like he frames his shots and everything. And I guess working backwards, French New Wave is very similar to mumblecore, the way they strip their techniques back. They use
Mhm.
handheld cameras, real locations, real lighting and sound and everything. And most of the time, dialogue is improvised. There's not really a set script. Yeah.
I also remember when I Googled Agnès Varda, uh, it said that she was an early director to move films back into real locations
Mm,
where a lot of films had been studio sets, like primarily, and then she kind of wanted to emphasize like the reality and like real locations and like oh because she uses a lot of like real people in the background of her movies too.
mm,
Um, but that stuck out to me because I watched Cleo first
mhm.
and I was so mesmerized by how much the city is involved with like the film and how much movement there is to everything. And it did feel like the city and just the inhabitants of the city were a main character alongside like Cleo as well.
Yeah. Varda even said that Cleo, she thinks of Cleo as like a portrait of a woman in a documentary of Paris, you know?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that
She
does.
she
Yeah.
added these like long takes of the street and really just filming real life people like walking down the street, even like when they were like looking into the camera, she kept it in.
Yeah. I remember, I think there was a shot in Cleo where they look into the camera,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. But no, like I loved just how like because the movie was so focused on the passage of time, I liked how real the passage of time was. So like they didn't just arrive at a location. We saw their journey between like moving from like one apartment to the next, and like
yeah.
driving down the streets and like the taxi driver and all the routes they were taking and stuff. I really it did feel like a lot of like New York films, New York is like a main character,
Mm,
and it's like very like central to like how they conduct the story is that like the city is another character. And it
yeah,
did feel like that.
yeah. In Clio, there were two timelines happening at once. There was the real time, so 5 to 6:30, not 5 to 7, but that was like literally for real 5 to 6:30. That's the one timeline, and then another timeline is the like I think Criterion called it the passionate time. So it's more like emotion and everything. That's where you feel like time stretches and shortens, which going back to your review, that's what you mentioned. It felt like 5 minutes felt like an hour, or like an hour felt like five.
Yeah, it was like really impressive. Admittedly, they had like a little Criterion like introduction to the movie on HBO and I did skip it. I really should have watched it because it would have like been beneficial to like learning about the movie. But I was like, I ain't got time for all that.
Well,
All right.
sometimes classic books they have like introductions. I never read them.
Yeah, there's been a lot of introductions to my Anais Nin like books, and I'm like, you know what? Let me form my thoughts on
Yeah.
the book. I usually like to go back and see like what they thought.
Mm,
Because sometimes that'll influence how you like watch something or read something if there's too much like of an introduction,
mm,
especially for like in like my example, like with somebody like Nin, there's so many ways to interpret her work, that the way that the introductor like interprets it can influence how you then interpret it, but your
yeah.
interpretation naturally could be different.
Mm.
I mean,
And
I
it's
guess
also
that
like
happens with all.
spoilers.
Yeah, and it's like when I'm reading like her diary, I just want to take it how she presents it to me and then
Mm,
make up my meaning from it. Because at the end of the day, it's her life,
yeah,
you know. But
that's
yeah, so
true.
I skipped the Criterion introduction.
Maybe you can go back and watch it.
Maybe.
Nah.
I liked the movie a lot.
It's a really great movie. I watched it last year, almost a year, to date. Um, and yeah, it took me 2 days to watch it. Like honestly, French movies put me to sleep. Like it's a proven thing. Any sort of French movie I've tried to watch, I fall asleep. I feel like my
No
father.
respect for the French.
No,
Um, I think what was the second one called?
La Pointe Cote.
Le Point Court.
I don't know the second word. I just remember La Pointe.
Le Point Court. Um, I took 2 days to watch that one, to be honest.
Mm.
The laugh, yeah, that one, that was a rough one for me to get through.
It's a
I don't
difficult
mind.
movie, I think,
Yeah.
because there's like a lot of ideas present, not like plot wise, but it's very ambitious because it's her like debut feature film,
Yeah.
so she'd want to try so many things.
Yeah, and it felt like that for sure. Because like I don't necessarily struggle as much with French movies. I like I said, like I've been watching a few before this. Sometimes they're okay, sometimes they're like good. but but never great, apparently. So they're only okay or good. They're not bad, but they're not great. No. But like, yeah, I don't normally struggle too much, but the point, it was just hard and it was short. And yet I would lose interest so quickly. I
Mhm.
think I like wrote about it too, like anytime I would get settled into finding interest in what was going on, she would switch it on me. And then I would like lose my interest all over again. And then I would get like settled into like the routine of what she was showing me. And then it would switch. And I'd be like, oh, it was too, it just, I don't know. There was something about it that just didn't work for me.
Yeah. I wasn't the biggest fan. I liked it, but uh I did like Cleo much better. And that was
Yeah.
coincidentally, that was her second film.
Oh, it
They did
was?
La Pointe and then Cleo. Yeah,
She
not
really
back to back.
improved between the two.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I think Cleo felt like she was more lived in as a director. It felt like
Mhm.
she knew what she was doing a little bit more. And like you said, like there was a lot of ideas and ambition in La Pointe. And I think she still had a lot of ambition in Cleo, but it worked better. She was able to
Yeah,
taper it to what it needed to be. And I
yeah.
think La Pointe could have used some tapering of some things.
Mm. She honed it in for Cleo.
Hmm.
So,
And then her style was like not completely, but almost a little bit different for the other movie that I watched, Le Bono. Um, it was like, I mean, you can tell, I think it's her. She loves those quick cuts of like a still, and then she'll cut to something else, and then she'll cut again. And she loves doing that. It's very reminiscent of how I video edit. Um, so I
that's
noticed
beautiful.
it. Yeah, and she had that just like she did in La Pointe and Cleo. Um, but it was very vibrant. It was like, yeah, it was kind of crazy how like vibrant the movie was because I had only seen the black and white ones. And I didn't even intentionally set out to watch another Varda. It just happened. It was
Sometimes
an hour and
pieces
20
fall into
minutes.
place.
Yeah, and I was like, that's a perfect length right now.
Yeah. That sort of editing that you mentioned, it is one of the characteristics of French New Wave. And coincidentally, not really coincident, but for La Pointe, it was edited by another figurehead of French New Wave. I don't know if I can pronounce this properly. Sorry to this man, Alain René. He edited La Pointe, and then he went on to make his own films, and he was more recognized as a figurehead of French New Wave before Agnès Varda herself. A gripe that I have is that I don't really like how people called Varda the grandmother of French New Wave because the point came out just before the movement started gaining traction.
Oh, that's crazy that they would recognize a man's contribution after a woman had already been doing it.
Yeah,
That's never
this
been done before.
no way.
That's wild. Who would
Yeah,
have thought? What movies did he make? You didn't
give me
write
a
that down?
second. Nope.
You're educating me. You should know I'm gonna come with questions.
I'm sorry, I'm not the greatest teacher.
Clearly.
Even though he's like one of the figureheads, he's not as popular as like Jean-Luc Godard and Francois Truffaut. I can't pronounce these French
I
names.
love these attempts though.
Um, Godard, he made the quintessential French New Wave film, Breathless. And Nouvelle Vague was directed by Richard Linklater. And that's a movie based on uh like the behind the scenes of Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard,
I
starring Zoe
see.
Deutch.
That's like when James Franco made
The
the
Room.
movie about making the room.
Hmm. Exactly.
which I haven't seen the James Franco movie, but I've seen The Room.
I've seen neither.
It's fine. It's okay in a crowd, but I also didn't understand any of the crowd like uh tag along with the movie, I guess. But I met Tommy Wiseau.
Whoa.
I
When?
have a signed bobblehead from him. When I saw The Room, he was there.
Did I know this?
Maybe it was a few years ago. No, me and Jamie met him. Because he was there for The Room, and we had not neither one of us had seen it, and you just had to buy a piece of merchandise to meet him. And so I bought a bobblehead of him, and he signed it on the forehead of the bobblehead. And then I said, we've never seen this movie before. We're so excited. And he said, "Hey, if you like, that's good. If you don't like, that's okay." And then we took a picture with them. That was it. And then he came into the theater and he walked around and he talked just nonsense. And there was a Q&A portion. And I think somebody asked him, what should I do to get into making films? And he started talking about like aliens or something. So he's exactly how you expect him to be.
Here's a question. I don't know how to frame this well. What is he?
I
American?
think German
German?
or Polish.
Why
He's one of
so sounds Polish?
he's one of that area.
Okay.
He's something. He's something.
Something. Maybe he's an alien. I don't know.
But he's nice, you know? He said it was okay if I didn't like the movie.
Ah, that's
So
sweet.
many directors do that.
Can you just imagine if like you tell Christopher Nolan like, yeah, I didn't really like Tenet, and he's like, go
Well, I would
die, I
never
guess.
tell him. Yeah, I would never tell him that because I've never disliked one of his movies.
Yeah, I liked all of them.
Inception even has good qualities, and I that's probably my least favorite Nolan. You know,
Uh,
I didn't love the Batman trilogy. Well,
I
I've
was
not
gonna
seen all
ask
of
about the Batman trilogy.
I've not seen the last one. I didn't love it, but they weren't bad movies.
Just in comparison to the rest of his filmography.
Yeah,
The
the
last
art packs.
Batman, easily his biggest dud. It was not good.
Yeah, the Arpax Batman movie is just so good that having watched that before the Nolan movies and having the Nolan movies so hyped up forever, it made it kind of hard.
You watched that recently? The trilogy? Like
I
recently in
within
your
the
adult
past few
life?
years, yeah, within the past like few years, I watched it for the first time.
Oh, I'm
I
surprised.
never watched it as a kid, but
I watched them when they came out.
I think my dad liked them, but I don't know, maybe I wasn't old enough to tag along, I guess.
You
They
know
came
what
out
I'm
2008.
realizing? Yeah. You know what I'm realizing? A lot of my tastes and interests are, I don't know if this is feminist of me to say, but they are quite masculine, you know?
No, you're
I
not like
like
other girls.
uh
You're like a guy's girl.
yeah.
I'm just like I'm not into like girly stuff, and I like don't like hanging out with women because there's like too much drama.
Yeah, and I'm saying all this wearing a backwards cap. So,
Yeah, you're really selling it. The
yeah, I
backwards
mean,
F
like
one hat.
I do like action movies, some of them. I like sports.
Mm-hmm.
I like rock music. I'm just a man.
You're just one of the guys.
One of the
Just a
guys.
regular old bro.
Bro, mate, we need to go
Mate,
to blah blah blah.
dude.
Dude.
We gotta go play some footy. Just mixing all of it. It's like, like Heath Ledger's the Joker, man. Like, I totally get it. I understand him. That's you in my
That
mind.
is me.
Yeah.
That's not
Like
me.
women just like they just don't get the Joker.
It
They
wouldn't
don't
get
get it's
it. They
serious.
wouldn't get Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, like women just like don't. They're like, oh, blah blah blah. He doesn't know how to write female characters. Whatever, woman, make me a sandwich.
Get back to the kitchen.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't get it. You're a guy.
You've never seen a movie.
You only like chick flicks and shopping.
Taxi Driver? Dude, De Niro is so mean.
Oh my God, women don't understand Fight Club.
We can't even talk about Fight Club because the
Yeah,
first rule of Fight Club, you don't talk
you don't
about
speak
Fight Club.
about it. No, but I don't know. Yeah, because to talk about how we're not like other women.
Masculine.
We're just like better than them, I guess. Um, I don't know. I always was like involved in like watching sports like growing up, and I always liked it like going to like football games with like my dad and stuff, and like he took me to like sporting games. But I went with my mom too. Like my mom was like a tomboy like growing up and stuff. Um, I think like I think I am quite girly. I have a very like teen boy like sense of like style almost
Mm.
that I like go for, but I think I'm interested in a lot of things that a lot of guys are interested in, but I don't like talking to guys about them.
I never talk
Like,
about these things with guys.
yeah,
They're
but
so
like
stupid.
I don't I think more on an emotional or like interpersonal level, I don't really like relate to talking like to like men about interests,
Yeah.
you know? Like
Yeah.
I've never had like guy friends like growing up. Like I've always been like
A
into
girl's
like
girl.
yeah, I've been a girl's girl. I'm a girl's girl.
Yeah.
No, but like I think I'm very openly like girly about a lot of like my interests. But
Yeah.
like I mean, obviously we don't believe in the gendered dynamics of like it has to be for boys and girls, but like I also am pretty similar in the same sense of like a lot of like my like music taste sometimes is like more like masculine and
Mm.
like I'm not into like a ton of like girly pop music, whatever we want to call it. That being said, I've been listening to the Gracie Abrams all day. So
We
good.
love Taylor Swift. We have to
We
say that.
love Taylor Swift. I think the things that like I like that are like girl things, I'm very um vocal and like defensive about because like women
You kind of have
like
to be. Yeah.
can't enjoy things that
Yeah.
predominantly women enjoy. But I don't
Yeah.
know, like I like the getting into like the sports era. I like the community of it. And that's
Sports
all I think that's
community,
what
it's beautiful.
it's like it's fun to be into something that like everybody's into, you know?
Yeah.
It is fun
Yeah.
to be a part of that. And I think that's what I've always enjoyed about going to watch sports, even though like this is like the World Cup is kind of the first time I've watched sports at home.
Mm.
And I've been standing in front of my TV like a man. I've been yelling at it, standing. I had a game on and I went to like get a glass of water and I like heard something. My glass had ice in it, but I hadn't filled it up. I went back in front of the TV and I just stood and watched what was going on. And then I went
Eventually
back
you
to bed.
had a glass of water because like you stood
Eventually I
there for
had
so long, your eyes melted.
it. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. I think also I had like similar things of um like real guy humor,
Yeah,
That's my big thing. I like guy comedy. I'll admit
you
it.
do.
Okay, like
You
I
do.
like guy comedy. I like grew up watching Austin Powers and Wayne's World like every single weekend as a kid. So I love like
Yeah,
a dude bro stoner comedy. I think they're so funny. All my birthday pics, guy comedy.
it's ridiculous. I think my masculine taste sort of um can be attributed to the fact that I have a brother, but it's
Mm,
because like he's my older brother. So when we were kids and like we wanted to watch movies, he would obviously have the first pick. So whatever he wanted to watch, we would watch. As opposed to now, it's whatever I want to watch, then I'll drag everybody.
you get your turn. Yeah, actually, going back to what you said of like when talking about guy hobbies and girl hobbies, which this is so far off from what we're actually supposed to be talking about.
We've missed
But
like 3 segues at least.
yeah, but this is my last thing on the topic is um maybe is that I think I've always had the fangirl spirit. Always.
Mm,
Like that's the
yeah.
one thing I know is like regardless of whatever my interest may be, I've always had the fangirl approach to it. You
Mm.
know? Like it was like, as a kid it was Harry Potter. And then it was One Direction,
Under
yada
Action,
yada. Yeah, and then it continues over
the
time. I mean,
Beatles.
yeah, like even how I'm approaching getting into sports is very fangirl
It is,
oriented.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't really care, I guess, too much how the sport works.
Hmm.
I'm like, I want to pick a team. I want to have a favorite player. I want to like rep that,
Yeah.
and I want to learn all about that specific team in person. And it's like, I don't know how football works, and
No.
I don't know if I need to, because it's the community and it's the obsession.
Yeah, it's quite funny that like as we get into football and some other sports, one of the first things we do is like um watch like funny moments.
Yeah. It's like the Beatles movie. It's like,
Yeah.
well, literally, okay, I'll say it. I'm getting into F1.
Woo!
It's worked. The 6 months of constant F1 text, waking up every single day learning about Max Verstappen.
My goat.
I'm finally getting into F1. And when Jamie came over to pick up the bookshelf, I had been watching an interview, but I turned it off. And then I was like, yeah, I'm studying for like watching the race tomorrow
Studying.
by watching George Russell interviews and looking up photos of him. I'm like, I don't know how the sport works. I don't care. I'm like, I have a favorite racer. That's what matters.
Do
And
you
I'm already
know
like,
do you know his number?
63.
Okay, there you go. Then you can spot him.
63.
Jessie just did the 6'7" like hand thing. But she's at 60.
That could be a new thing. That could be his new thing.
His thing is the T-pose.
I know. I learned that
Congrats.
yesterday. I was watching a
Experienced.
lot of George Russell interviews today and
Josh
yesterday.
Russell, funny moments.
I haven't gotten there yet.
I don't know if
I'm
they
waiting.
are.
There has to be one or two. But even when he was reacting to memes, I was like, this boy is serious.
It's very intense.
I don't know if there's gonna be a funny moment, but I'll find one. It's gonna be just that clip of uh when Max doesn't get his way. He lashes out with anger. That's it. That's the funny moment.
Whenever anything is not going his way, he lashes out with unnecessary anger, borderline violence.
Oscar worthy. But yeah, like yeah, so approaching sports that way, it's still just like it's the fangirl aspect of it.
Instinct. Mhm.
Yeah. I think it makes it more fun.
It is, yeah. I love
I
it.
never really regret getting obsessed about anything. And usually I carry them on for like the rest of my life,
Mm. I can't
a lot
imagine
of
like
them.
having any interest that where you don't like have that fangirl isms, you know? I mean, obviously there are casual interests. I do have casual interests, but like it's
Same.
so much fun when you're like a fangirl, you know?
Yeah, like I have a lot of music I listen to, I have casual interest in. I don't know, like, um, when I was talking with Charlie, I was like, yeah, like, I didn't know anything about you guys until like meeting you, because
Yeah.
like after the One Direction fandom, um, like I felt I needed like a separation of it not getting too parasocial, and like even with like Taylor Swift, I really don't try to keep up with too much about her because I'm like, I just
No.
like the music. And now I feel like I have to be like so defensive of her because everybody decides that it's okay to be misogynist to her. And it doesn't
But she's a
count.
billionaire. She's a billionaire, not a woman.
Yeah. But I really try not to get like for music specifically because I think so many celebrities and musicians obviously are problematic. They're just people. So I really try not to like know too much. Sometimes it happens. There's a band within the past
I wonder what.
year or so that
Perhaps
despite not
they are rock and roll stars.
yeah,
Yeah.
but initially it was not the goal to know so much about them.
No.
Too
We
much
were
even.
we were wondering and we looked at a wall, wondering.
And when you're having a lot of cigarettes and a lot of alcohol, your judgment's impaired.
Yeah, but we always say don't look back
And anger
in
even.
anger. Yeah.
Yeah.
No regrets.
And we'll ever, I feel generally pretty supersonic, and I am, maybe it's the gin and tonic.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Like
I said
we're getting
maybe.
we're getting a little blurred here.
Well, can't think of another pun.
Here's a segue. Uh,
You can roll with it.
let's roll with it. Okay, the
Yeah, you know
segue.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Um,
I'll let you continue now.
Agnès Varda, the director that we have been spotlighting this month, she was a very prominent activist, big feminist, which is not very common back then, especially in France. They have a lot of revolutions there. And what I find quite interesting about her work is that she loved to blend documentary and fiction, which was what La Pointe was mostly.
Yeah. Um, no, I get that sense from her films too, of like being a feminist activist and stuff. Like, I really don't know anything about her.
Mm.
But what stood out for me with Cleo was even when men were there, they really had no significance,
Yeah,
Like it was very much the significant dynamics throughout the movie were always between the women. Like that was where the important conversations were being held. Like that was where a lot of the emotional like transference was like happening, and like there was obvious like knowledge and like intimacy, between
mm,
them. Um and I think the men like were never really even when it was a chapter focused on a male character, like if it had a title of it being about him, it wasn't really about him. It was still about her, just maybe in relation to him, but it was really always about Cleo. And I really enjoyed that, how like little impact men had
yeah,
on the whole movie. Even the man at the end, like, was just
yeah,
a way for her to still go about what she needed to do.
yeah. He was there to like help her accept her circumstances, I think, put her
Yeah.
her life into perspective because he was also like a soldier, I think. So they were like facing sort of moral dilemmas together. you know?
Yeah, he was being like he was going back or something, and she
Yeah.
was gonna like walk to the train. And even then, like we didn't see him like be sent off. Like he just like didn't matter unless he was like with her.
Yeah. It's a great flip side to, regular, not regular, but other cinema is films.
Well, unfortunately, it's regular.
Yeah. But I like how the rest of the men were like kind of nuisances. And the other women, they were allies to her.
Yeah.
It's
Well, because it
clear.
got recently pointed out to me. I mean, this is, it's regular, like you said. It got recently pointed out to me how Matt Johnson, who everybody really loves right now, don't get me wrong, I like Matt Johnson as a director. He has no women ever in his movies. And I didn't really realize that, which like I felt bad that I didn't realize. And then looking back, I'm like, there are no women in any of his work. There's not a single female character.
Do I know any Matt Johnson films? Have I seen any?
I don't think you've seen any. I actually almost had us watch The Dirties last
Yeah,
month,
I remember that one.
um, which is my favorite Matt Johnson flick, and it was his debut. I mean, I'm sure you've heard Nirvana, the band, the show discussed
I've heard too
a
much.
little bit. Yeah.
Too much of it.
He
Sorry.
did Blackberry. Did you watch Blackberry?
No.
Okay, that's it. He's doing the Anthony Bourdain movie.
I would be surprised if there were women in there.
Yeah, there's a
Or
woman in the trailer, but I think she's like dating Anthony Bourdain,
the
so she
love
has
interest.
I think that's the only reason Matt put her in. But yeah, I realized I was like, oh, he has no women in
What's up with
anything he
that?
does. Yeah,
Women aren't
like
funny?
apparently not.
No women involved in the Blackberry? Like
Yeah, and
using the
every
phone?
film reference he makes, because he makes a lot of film references, they're always to male films, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah. And that really,
Curious.
I was like, I like his work, but that is crazy that like it's just now being pointed out, and it's not really
Yeah.
a discussion. It's just like somebody pointed it out and then nobody talked about it.
It's very similar to how like Christopher Nolan doesn't have many female characters. I
Yeah, and they're not like developed.
no. Which,
Um,
to be honest, I don't know. When it comes to these sort of conversations, it doesn't really matter to me because I don't think Christopher Nolan and his brother Jonathan Nolan would write women well. I don't look to them to make strong female characters. You know what I mean?
no, honestly, the exact same way. And I think like as much as I'm like, yeah, Matt Johnson should put a female character in his movie. I'm like, do I think he would do it justice? Not
No.
really. I don't have faith in him that way. I think he's a genius director, but not, I don't think he would write a good female character.
I mean, he could
Um,
try. He's welcome to try.
he's welcome to try one character that's not in a relationship with an established living or previously living person,
Mhm.
where you have to include her. But like, yeah, with Christopher Nolan, it's like I've seen so many poorly written female characters that are just in a movie to
Yeah.
be there that I would rather Chris, like Chris, our old friend.
Our good
I'd
friend,
rather
friend of the pod, Chris.
Jeez. Papa Nolan. I'd rather him just like not bother because it's like, what's the alternative? He just does a really crummy job at it.
And let's be honest, his male characters most of the time are self-inserts.
Yeah.
So
And
it
they're
doesn't matter.
very narrowly focused. I don't even know if like I would argue that like his male characters are like necessarily super developed too.
Not really.
I don't think he's a character director. That's the thing. I
No,
think he's a
no.
story director.
The
So,
main character that everyone talks about in his movies is time. So
yeah,
he does that
that's
well.
he does that well. He that guy he loves time.
Loves time
I
so
bet he
much.
loves Cleo from 5 to 7 because he loves time. But
Nolan,
my only other
let
thing
us
I
meet
was
you
gonna
and give
say,
you a recommendation.
I'm sure he like
Yeah,
the thing
probably.
is I don't think that he doesn't respect women's stories. I just don't think he's the person to show them. And that's
No.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
Another thing
okay.
that a common theme that you can see in his films is that he's like terrified to lose his wife and kids.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Exactly. Um, like my other thought is like, when I saw David Cronenberg do the Q&A, and that was such an awful Q&A that I saw. The moderator, she was like, "Oh, you are the best male director who like at writing female characters." And she said it was because they were ugly and messed up, but you would still have sex with them. Now, that's a crazy take.
Yeah, that's
Because
kind
I
of
also don't
insane to
think David
say.
Cronenberg's yeah, I don't think David Cronenberg is actually good at writing women at all. And I don't think the basis for writing good female characters is that people would still have sex with them, regardless of what they look like.
That's the most important part, don't you know? That's
Yeah,
all women are
so
good for.
apparently to this woman, that is true.
Oh,
But yeah, it's like if that's the bar, that they're just making them sexually attractive and objectified. Do I want more men writing women?
and is
you
it
know?
crazy that they still can't pass that weird bar?
Yeah,
They're
like,
ugly but still sexy?
right? Like you can still objectify them when they're experiencing like traumatic things. I don't know. I was so taken aback because like yeah, I don't know. I would rather as bad as it sounds, I'd rather just not have women be in the story. They're not going to be somewhat well
Respected.
written, Like
Yeah.
I at least think like in Nolan's films, as maybe not developed as his women are, I think they still play an important part in the story.
Mm.
Like Interstellar, he does not care about his son at
Oh,
all.
he does not.
Timothy Chalamet, Casey Affleck, you mean nothing. Like
You're
it's
dead
about
to him.
it's about the daughter father relationship,
Yeah.
but and even with Anne Hathaway's character, it's about the daughter father relationship.
Yeah.
Um and it's like I don't need them to be like stellar examples of like well-written female characters because it's like I think they're important to the story.
Yeah, it's still the heart of the story, I think. And
Mhm.
and I think that uh even like Jessica Chastain in the film, she's not like she doesn't necessarily have to be a female character, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the issue as well, is that like it always is like they have to be a female character. They can never just like exist as a character because
Mm,
like it's we want, like, and obviously this is because women aren't as routinely portrayed or discussed, or like their stories are not as highlighted, that it does become, well, it's a woman's story, it's a
mm,
female character, because like we're fighting to have even one woman like be put in a movie.
yeah.
And then it becomes, well, is she a good female character? It
Mm.
doesn't matter if she's a good character, like if she's like well written within the larger scheme of things. It's like, is she written well as a woman specifically? And it's like it does
And she
become a
has to be strong and independent because that's the only
yeah,
characteristics that a female character can have.
but she can't reject femininity because then it's like then you're saying like girly, people can't be strong at the same time, and she has to be
Yeah.
smart, but she has to be like humble. There's so many. It's the Barbie monologue that I'm giving.
Yeah.
She really
She
does have.
has to like be able to fight, but like in heels.
Yeah, and she still has to be objective, like sexually appealing to the men,
Mm,
and she can't be
yeah,
too emotional, but she can't be like cold.
yeah. Barbie made some
Barbie,
points.
like as much as we like to like not we, but as much as people like to like talk bad
Polyfeminism
about it, it's
101.
like yeah, like the points are true. Like a
Yeah.
female character has to be all of those things, and it's usually because there's only one female character,
Mm,
that gets those things that they have to be.
yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, like you never hear like, oh, that's a good male character. It's like that's a
Yeah.
good character. We don't ever get to be characters. We just always have to be women characters.
Yeah.
God, have you noticed that like the world is like sexist? I feel like we're
No,
discovering something
you've opened my eyes.
new.
I
God,
was
it's like
born
rough.
yesterday.
It's rough being a woman. I don't know
Oh,
if you know this.
I didn't know that. First time
Yeah,
hearing
but
about
that's
it.
that's what I did appreciate about Cleo is like even when men were involved, they were not important, you
No,
know.
they could have been
Yeah.
like a walking stick.
Yeah, like they were just a way for her to process things and process emotions, and like
Mm,
yeah, they yeah.
yep. I have nothing else to say about our whole topic. Sorry to
Yeah.
Agnès Varda, we do respect you. I
We
would love to
really
watch more.
we did not talk about her whatsoever. I thought you were gonna tell me a little bit more about her as a person. But you didn't.
She wore many artistic hats. She was a photographer at first, and then uh she took her dad gave her some money to start up a film production company, and then that's how she started making films. And then her films, even though like they always blended documentary, she eventually went on to actually make documentary. She went to America and made a Black Panthers documentary. And I think she also documented the protests against the Vietnam War. I think she went to Vietnam. Um, and then she did some environmental documentaries as well, and then moved on to like um art installation. She had an art installation of a potato shaped as a heart, and she just like filmed it as it rotted. And she had a documentary about people who went to potato farms and then like dug up like the rejected potatoes.
Her piece of the potato rotted um is very like Yoko Ono-esque of
I
like
think that's what I was thinking about as well.
yeah, of just like filming kind of something. Because I went to the Yoko Ono exhibit when it was here in Chicago, and that was like kind of the first time I ever really like saw her art and
Mm.
like what she did, and it was like it was really this is such a basic statement. She's like a renowned like visionary like artist. Like it was really impressive.
She's pretty good.
Like, I was like, oh, she's good. I get it. Like, it was very interactive, but it was also like the same thing of like the potato. Like she would just like film like a match, like,
If
and it's
anything.
just like, yeah, like, yeah, yeah,
What I like about that kind of art is that a lot of people like to say, especially with modern art, when you go to modern art exhibits, people like to point and say, I could have done that. It's like, yeah, you could have. Nothing's
yeah,
stopping you. You could have done that. You could still do that.
yeah.
It's accessible.
That's a great point. Well, and I like it because it makes you like stop and kind of like almost like what am I trying to say? I want to say combat, but I don't think that's the right word I'm looking for. Confront.
Mm,
It makes you like confront something so ordinary almost,
yeah.
and like it makes you just sit there and watch something that you wouldn't ever think to watch.
Yeah. You find beauty in the mundane.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And I don't know, I think,
Yeah.
oh, no, you go.
One of Varda's art installations that I really would have liked to seen. She went to this island off of France or something where there were like a lot of widowers because their husbands would like die at sea or something. So she like filmed them individually where they like told their stories, and then she in the art installation it would she would arrange them in like a square, like little boxes of them, and then have like a corresponding seat arrangement with headphones on each seat. So you would sit at the seat and pick up the headphones, and then you would only listen to the corresponding screen. So it's like everybody experiences the installation at the same time, but they're listening to different stories. Yeah.
That is cool. Yeah, that kind of like interactive stuff
Mm.
is it really challenges, I think, as somebody who like doesn't really know much about like the art world. I think it really challenges like what people think of as art. Because
Yeah.
that's how I felt like going through the Yoko Ono exhibit was like it kind of challenged what I thought art was. And it broadened like my appreciation for like artistry and stuff of like the videos or just like a lot of interactive stuff, of like one of them was like wrapping your hair around a nail and then hammering that nail to a wall with other people's like hair. So that like yeah, and a lot of people like I would hear them like talk about how gross that was or like it's not real art, and it's like but like it's kind of interesting to be a part of it,
Yeah.
even if it's like I think my hair fell off the nail. I didn't like grab like a big enough chunk, I guess. But it was just like the motion of doing and contributing to something, I think.
Yeah. That also begs the question, like, what do they think real art is?
Yeah.
Is it like
Paintings from the
Van Gogh,
Renaissance.
Da
Yeah. Which
Vinci?
like, that's not to say that, that Van Gogh isn't good, but it's just like, yeah, it's like
It's just a
what do we
different way.
call it? Yeah. And I think also it's like you have a woman making something that challenges you
Mhm.
and you don't want to be challenged by it.
Yeah, and you could also make the argument that this is like why people gravitate towards AI art because a lot of AI art takes from uh realism sort of art.
Yeah.
So like they think, more detail is cool, more detail is good art. But it's like, there's abstract, there's really like simple modern art. Anything is art except AI
Yeah.
art.
Except AI. Well, and that also is like with modern like filmmaking techniques, um, the more like detail is like shown, it almost cheapens how it looks because it looks so like similar to the world that we're already perceiving. And
Mhm.
it's like realism in movies is like not interesting to look at. Movies are like supposed to be like this thing that is stylistic and like appealing to look at. It's like, yes, it can operate as an extension of our reality, many films do, but
Mhm.
it doesn't need to look like you're just walking down the street, you
Mhm.
know? Like that's not
Yeah.
why you pay money to go see a movie.
Yeah, like I would like films to be somewhat grounded in realism, but surrealism is just as interesting.
Yeah. And when you look at something like even like mumblecore, like it's very realism and
Mm.
there's not like a lot of like flashy effects and stuff, but it has a style,
Yeah,
it
there's a very
doesn't just
clear
like
style.
yeah, and it's like there's ways of doing realism that are interesting,
Mm.
that isn't just like the same flat lighting in every like Hollywood sequel or like superhero movie where everything's gray,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
badly lit. It's like you can do realism with color.
Even like documentaries, which is, arguably the most realistic thing in the world, right? They are very stylistic documentaries. There's this one that I watched many moons ago called Barca. It was about uh forest or something. And it was like one of the most colorful films I've ever seen.
Mm. Are you a big documentary watcher?
Used to be.
Used to be.
Yeah.
What's stopped you just don't like learning anymore?
I'm kind of stupid now.
I know that's why I'm like, should you get back into
I should
it? Should you
probably
pick
get
it
back
up?
into it.
You
Yeah.
don't read anymore. You
Hey,
don't watch documentaries.
excuse me.
Name the last time you finished a book.
Last week.
Last week? Okay, how
Yeah.
many books have you finished in the past year?
4.
Four, okay.
4. And I'm on the way to finish
One
my
for,
5th.
one for each season, not bad. Every time I text you, you're just watching sports now.
Like I said, I'm a dude, bro.
You're just one of the guys.
This is, I'll probably cut this, but this is a big weekend. Okay, we've got a race, we've got a World Cup, and we've got the Odyssey.
Why are you gonna cut that? That's like huge.
Let's redo it. No, because
I
I
think,
wanted to cut it because it's like, it's dated.
well, that's true. Yeah, we have yet to see the Odyssey, but we're both seeing it Sunday. I love when that
Yeah,
works out like that. It's like when we saw the Batman at the same time somehow.
I'm still waiting for like the stars to align for that kind of thing to happen again because we literally watched it at the same time. But the
Yeah,
Odyssey, we're
and it
watching it on
wasn't.
the same day.
Yeah, well, you're probably gonna see it before me because I'm going at like 6 p.m. on Sunday. So that'll be
Yeah.
your Monday morning.
hmm
So
I'm
you'll have
watching it
already
at
seen.
3:30 tomorrow.
I didn't realize it was 3 hours long, and I forgot I go into the office on Monday. I probably should have gone earlier, but like every screening is sold out.
Of
So
course. Of course.
of course. I've seen it 70 millimeter IMAX.
Oh,
Take that. I'm seeing it the way that Nolan almost intended it to be seen.
almost.
Almost. We don't have like a real IMAX screen. I think there's one, but it's not the theater chain that I pay for, like a
Mm.
membership. So I'm not gonna go spend $30 to see it. But last time when I saw Interstellar in IMAX, I had to go all the way to the suburbs to see it.
Why did they get an IMAX screen? What did the people in the suburbs do to deserve it?
Right? Like we can't get one IMAX in our
In the city?
three AMC's in Chicago. Excuse me.
I got asked
Um,
a really interesting question the other day. Why can't they just show the IMAX version of the film on like regular theater screens? I think it's more to do with the amount of space in the projection room because the IMAX equipment, they're humongous, you know?
yeah.
It's not really just the screen, it's the projection.
My stupid thing is I don't really know what what makes it IMAX.
Um, the big, like obvious thing is the aspect ratio. It's much bigger, it's more square than the usual rectangle that we see. And also, I guess it's like more HD. I'm not super sure.
Well, I'm almost seeing it how he meant it to be seen. 70 millimeter IMAX is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad.
I don't know what
Um,
70 millimeter means.
it's
I
the
don't know what
film
that
in
means.
it.
I know, but
It's like
like,
35 millimeter.
yeah, I don't know what the difference is. 35 millimeter, 70 millimeter.
Well, it's how
Oh
many
well.
millimeters the film takes up.
Oh yeah?
You have the film degree, not me.
I never once touched an IMAX camera.
I mean, I've been to 35 millimeter screenings. Well, I think it's No, I think without Googling it, I think it is the size of the film itself because older films tend to be shown in 35 millimeter.
It
And
is, yeah.
it was, yeah. And
Yeah.
then, okay, so don't treat me like I don't know anything.
The 35 millimeter, they're very small squares, and then like small frames, and then IMAX is like humongous. Have you ever seen like the picture of like the difference?
I've never seen anything.
No, but they like whenever like these IMAX films, they're like whenever they're coming out, people love to post these types of things.
Yes, the Music Box Theater is giving away 70 millimeter IMAX strips of the Odyssey,
You should grab
but
one.
I'm not seeing it there. And I think they'll have already gotten rid of all of them. They only have a
Yeah.
limited amount.
Mm.
So,
When
because I
they
think it was like today.
when they showed IMAX again, not IMAX, Interstellar again, a couple of years ago, they were giving out like my theater chain, they were giving out the IMAX frames.
Did you get one?
Now it's only in this one state with IMAX screens. I don't have an IMAX screen in my state.
Oh, that sucks. Man,
Yeah.
that would have been, oh, like mad for you.
It's
God damn, and
okay.
it's selling film strips. I
Yeah.
don't have any film strips.
I've got an Interstellar post. Why can't I
They're
hold it?
they're bringing La La Land back to theaters for the 10-year anniversary
I heard about
later
that.
this year. Maybe they might have I'll be in Chicago.
Mm.
I was gonna say if the music box has it, then I can go get um film strips. Man, I would love a La La Land film strip.
You know, I'd misread the poster when I first saw it. I saw celebrating 100 years of La La Land, and I was like, what? A
I
hundred years?
I can't wait to celebrate 100 years of La La Land. I love that movie. I know you've not seen it, but you will. You will watch it. Mark my words. But I that's like, man, moving is gonna kill the cinephile spirit in me. It's gonna
It
make it a
will.
lot harder. I'm gonna know how you feel.
Yeah.
I was about to say something way worse. I mean, we're good enough friends. I probably could have gotten away with it.
What is it?
I'm gonna be a third world cinephile now.
Yeah. It's not a hell that I would wish upon anybody.
No, I'm not gonna go to film festivals anymore.
Mm,
I'm
mm,
probably
mm,
never gonna
mm,
meet anybody
mm,
ever
mm,
again.
mm, That's it.
I'm I'm
Your
seeing
life is over.
tomorrow, which will be last week when this comes out. I'm seeing for free AMC lister Nicholas Winding Refn in discussion for his new
Legend.
movie.
I heard
Yeah,
about it.
he made Drive. I'm
And we
seeing the
love Drive.
director. Yeah, I'm seeing the director of Drive tomorrow. Didn't pay
You
a
better
single
get a
dime.
picture.
Well, I mean, I paid my monthly fee, but it's different. Doesn't count.
But you have to like meet him.
I do have to meet him.
Take a
I don't.
picture with him and
I'm gonna
everything.
say, buddy. I don't know if you've been watching Ryan Gosling's latest movies, but you gotta get him back.
Do you still have Ryan Gosling's number?
Like,
Let's call him up.
call him right now and say this action comedy thing is not working out for you.
You can
You
still
look
make
great.
big bucks elsewhere.
Yeah. Let's make some silent movies again. Just you and me.
Let's shut that mouth.
Yeah. I like him as a director. I've always felt drawn to him.
I like his style.
Yeah. I feel like it's a style of film that if I was a director, I would want to try making.
Mm.
But I don't think it's what I would naturally gravitate towards. You know what I mean?
I know. I know how you feel.
We had that question one time for each other. of what director we think we would be.
Hmm. Who are we answering for? Are you answering for me and I'm answering for
Yeah.
you, or are we answering for each other?
Well, I think we can answer for each other. I think you would be, forgive me, I don't remember their name. The director who made In the Mood for Love.
Wong Kar-wai, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's who you would be.
Yeah,
It just
I
makes
do
so much
like
sense.
consciously try to emulate his work in my own artistic endeavors.
Yeah, I just think that makes the most amount of sense. I can't imagine. It's the types of stories that he
Mm.
tells too
Hmm.
that I think is what you would gravitate towards telling. And then the long, like slow but like musical shots almost.
Mm.
I see it.
Yeah, thanks. Huge compliment for me. I think you would definitely uh emulate more like Sofia Coppola type of
You're gonna
stuff.
say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are all
It's
predictable answers.
yeah, it's a little bit of that kind of not not mumblecore, but like because I naturally I think gravitate towards that and like my visual of like diary and
Mm.
stuff.
Hmm.
But with Sophia, yeah, because I think I have a really big preference, not preference, but respect for aesthetic filmmaking, where that feels almost like its own story of when
Yeah.
it's like very purposeful of like almost filler shots,
Mm, mm.
that she puts a lot of like emphasis on like those fillers that are
Yeah.
not a lot of people find importance in. And I think that I would do that. And I
Yeah.
think also I would try to talk about women more. I just can't
That's
imagine.
big
Well,
point. Yeah.
I was gonna say I can't imagine writing male characters.
You are a
But
really funny person because like it really could go either way. You could either like solely focus on women or solely focus on men. And it's
I
hard
think,
to imagine both of them coexisting in anything that you do.
yeah, it would have to be one or the other. Like it would never be like a mesh. I think though, I would make a really good movie about men.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. If that was somehow something I was able to do and had an idea for, I think I would pull it off.
Yeah, because
It's
your way of like thinking about them is
hmm
is very different from others.
It's like the woman who directed American Psycho.
Yes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mary Herron?
I think so. I think
Something like
there's
that.
a Mary there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, well, and also like Wayne's World, for example, directed by a woman and co-written by a woman.
Mm.
Um, no, that's not true. Tommy Boy was co-written by a woman. Well, maybe Wayne's World partially, but you anyway, you get it. I think
Yeah.
I would be very good at making a movie about men.
Yeah. I think you know that trend of like men written by women? You
Yeah,
know,
but they never
but like you
are.
do it like justice, you know? It's not like
Yeah,
an obvious thing.
yeah. It's not like Jacob Elordi in Wuthering Heights. Like that's not what it would be.
Like, you
Or
know, the female
Mr.
gaze, male gaze.
Darcy.
It's
Yeah.
a third, honestly.
Mr. Darcy. No.
Not in a
It's
cringe way.
yeah, it's Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
I think that's accurate, yeah. Love Sophia, love my girl.
I should watch more Sofia Coppola films. I've only seen two.
Well, she doesn't have like a ton actually. I think there's
Yeah, that's
only
true.
two that I maybe haven't seen. I gotta revisit the Virgin Suicides because I didn't love it
I
first
want to
watch.
watch The Bling Ring.
That one's so good. Oh my God, that's an underrated Sofia Coppola. That was my gateway into Sofia, was watching The Bling Ring in high school.
Maybe a lot of people regarded that as like the best Emma Watson film,
Oh, yeah.
Emma Watson
Well,
performance.
what does she say? She's like, I just want to like Rob. She's phenomenal in it. And I think a lot of people didn't understand how genius of a movie it was because they're like,
They're
well, it's
women.
obnoxious. Well, no, because they're obnoxious, entitled, spoiled brats. And it's like, yeah,
That's the
they
point.
were. That's all. Like, there was no reason for why they broke into like celebrity homes. They wanted to like rob.
Just like Rob.
Yeah, it's like they're not good teenagers. And I think like Sophia like showed the opulence of the 2000 celebrity culture and how like crazy it was. She says it's like her least favorite movie that she's made and she like doesn't really like it. But in a way, despite it not seeming very Sofia Coppola, it is almost I think a textbook example of Sofia Coppola. Like it feels less airy than her other movies, but it is just as like strong of her visual style.
Mm.
And she does it in a way that's a little bit different than her other things, which I think shows her range a little bit more. It's genius. It's a genius movie.
Maybe she felt like she was looking too closely at the mirror. That's why she like disregarded it.
Yeah. Well, and it was very current. I think she had only made it like a few years after everything had taken place. And I think she said that she didn't really want to deal with like current real people anymore.
Mm.
So there's that.
Understandable. Nobody really wants to do anything too close to current times.
But it's a great movie. It's probably top three Sophia films for me. It would be like
Nice.
Bling Ring, Marie Antoinette, and Priscilla, obviously. That's
Maybe
all I
like
got.
that's all I got too.
That's all. Well, hey, we can call it quits.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. Hey,
Thanks for listening.
peace and love.
Au
Au
revoir.
revoir.